What is up, Super Fam? I am Sensei Finito, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are talking about DC's new slate of movies that has been revealed by the man, the myth, the legend, James Gunn himself. We are going to be talking about Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, the new Batman that we're going to be getting, and Superman Legacy. I am super excited. It's been a long time coming. We've been waiting a long time. for this. It's been 3 months that we've been waiting to hear something. Almost 3 months. I don't know if it's been exactly 3 months now or if it's about to be 3 months soon, but we've been waiting 3 months to get this going, right? And I'm super happy and excited that we are finally here. We finally at the day. Today is today. So I hope everybody's been having a fantastic Tuesday so far. It is Tuesday, right? Man, Monday just kind of like flew by for me. I can't even believe yesterday was Monday. But I hope all you guys are having a fantastic Taco Tuesday, as we say. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and content that we post on there every single day. We were talking about all the DC stuff when it first came out, so make sure you check us out there. And you can also check me out on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all the latest stuff that I'm talking about, my hot takes, my cold takes, and just the way that I feel about different things that may be happening. You can follow me on all social media, not just one, but you can follow me on all of them, all of the things. I am super excited to talk about what we have to talk about today. But if you guys don't know, we also are going to be doing our episode 4 or 5 watch party tonight for the Bad Batch. Last week's episode was actually pretty solid. It wasn't random, but I just did not expect it. So we will be doing that later on today as well. So I hope you guys can tune in. Then, and what other watch party? We did our watch party for The Last of Us episode 3 on Sunday, and that was amazing episode. We're gonna try to get all of our stuff back to going. Any new stuff that's going to be coming out, we'll also be doing that. Of course, you guys already know how that goes. All right, now, you guys all know what we're doing here today. And before we get into anything else, we're going to jump into the chat and see how all of you beautiful people are doing. Marisu's in here talking about finally some tea. I know, Marisu, we've been waiting. We've been having this tea brewing for years, it feels like. But we actually, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. If you guys haven't already, you can actually go check out my initial reaction to everything that's going on with James Gunn and whatnot. Let's see if I can find that video. I'll drop the link in not the description, but I'll drop it down below, and y'all can go watch it at your leisure. There it is. Bam. You can watch it when you'd like. Marju says, the next words I hear out of James Gunn's mouth better be, I'm excited to announce Young Justice Season 5. I'm not going to lie, I definitely thought we were going to hear something like that today, but it makes sense what we did here today. Like, I'm okay with all the stuff that we did here. So, as I said, we're going to get into all of that. Just definitely wanted to know how all you guys were doing. If you guys have heard the announcements or haven't heard the announcements, whatever it is, drop your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We're going to be going over all of the stuff. Oh, okay. We're going to check that out later. We're going to be going over all the stuff that we know, talk our thoughts, our opinions, and just all of that good stuff. So, let's get into it first by just at least checking out the video that James Gunn posted telling us about all of the stuff that is going to be going on within the DC universe. Within this new DC universe, I should say. Because I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty hyped for it. And I think this is going to be awesome. And I really think James Gunn has some good ideas on his hands. I just want to go through this entire thing, kind of break it down a little bit, talk about a little bit of things here and there, and then afterwards we'll really go through everything a lot more. So let's get it popping, pit popping and plopping. What is up with it, Mr. Morty? My guy says, when is WB selling DC to Disney? Yo, how did you get your name to be that beautiful shade of magenta? How did you do that? That's pretty cool. That's awesome that your name is a different color, Mr. Morty. I hope you're having a good one. When is WB selling DC to Disney? I don't think they're selling it to Disney. I thought Zaslav was talking about selling it to Apple, if anyone, and I'm super down for it going to Apple. Apple will imagine Apple money behind DC projects. Woo-wee. That shit would be crazy, son. That would be crazy. Next level. All right, let's get into it. Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. Just hopped in for a bit. What's up with it, Andre the Explorer? One of the most out of sight mods around. Gang's all here. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Andre, are you playing a little bit of darts later, or what's going on? Every time I'm about to press play, another super fan or Brovenger jumps in the chat, and I'm always going to talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure you guys are in here. You guys are all good, comfortable. Pop your seats up. Let's go ahead and see what's going to be going on with WB for the future. I think it's going to be awesome, though.
Hey, everybody. I'm James Gunn. I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of
DC stands
our
for disconnected
jobs,
right
mine
now.
and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation. That the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that, like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside.
And that's something that we talked about here on the channel, Elseworlds, just period Elseworlds. We talked about Elseworlds being what WB looks to do with the rest of their content, including stuff like Snyderverse and all that other stuff over at Netflix. All of that would be under this Elseworlds logo or label that he's talking about. I just don't think they wanted to mention Snyderverse at all.
Side of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love, that resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started.
So that just sounds awesome. Just real quick to talk about that. I'm super excited for that. Like I said, we're going to go very thoroughly into all of this other stuff that's going to be happening. But as far as it goes with what he just said, I am extremely excited to see the projects this year even more now. I'm not going to lie. I was always going to see the projects this year. You guys know I'm a movie buff. I love watching movies. I love going to the theater. We're going to see Knock at the Cabin or whatever, Cabin in the Woods this week as well. So you guys can definitely look out for that theater review coming out. But overall, this sounds awesome, bro, because I wanted to see these movies, and I know a lot of people have been saying like, oh man, this is gonna make it really different. People aren't gonna want to see these movies, but bro, if they're connected, people are gonna want to see them.
Started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action.
That's awesome, okay? I have no idea who Creature Commandos is. You guys already know I'm going to be doing all of my research after today. I'm going to be diving in and figuring out all of these other, just these third party, for lack of better words, characters that are going to be coming in to the MCU into the DCU. because that's what James Gunn has done, is he's grabbed some not titular characters, you know what I mean, but he has grabbed some characters that are less known. They probably have a small fan base, but the fan base that likes them probably go crazy for them, which is a W idea to do, and he's probably going to take them and make them amazing. And this seems like a dope start to it as well. One thing that we've all kind of discussed here on the channel is how much we can't wait to see the animation side, the movie side, and the video game side, because they're trying to share the universe across all of those properties. Well, I don't know why, but for some reason in my brain, I never thought about them using the same actors for every single role or anything like that. Like, I was just so happy about the announcement. I never thought about them having to look for actors that can also do voice acting, that can also act those voices in the game and all that stuff, you know? I'm hyped for that, bro. I'm hyped for that. And this, just to talk about this for a second, also, it makes me think of a Guardians of the Galaxy meets Invincible meets Suicide Squad type of vibe. And I'm all the way there for that.
The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis.
Marisu.
Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world. And I can't
Look how giddy he looks. Okay, so when it comes to Waller, this is one of the ones that we dropped the scoop for you guys about, right? This is one of the scoops that we came at you guys with maybe 2 weeks ago, and was talking about Waller would have her own series, okay? And with this Waller series, in my eyes, I think of it very Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.-ish, with like the Argus and stuff, and giving us just a better look at what's going on when it comes to the metahumans within the DC universe as well. That's just kind of how I feel about it. And we also was talking about how Viola Davis has to love being Amanda Waller, because she just keeps coming back for the role. And that's awesome, and I'm all the way here for it. It's just really funny to see how much she really must love to be this character. And if Viola Davis is like an undercover nerd and I just never knew, I think that'll make me cherish and love her that much more. But I will say that I'm super hyped for this Waller series, and I think it's going to give us a lot of stuff to look forward to.
Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay.
Now, I'm really surprised that they gave us a date on this. I didn't think we were going to get a date for this coming in 2025, especially. We've definitely talked about the Superman Superman movie being inspired by Tim, I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. I can't think of the last name. It was just on the tip of my tongue. He's going to say it later on in this announcement, and I'm super hyped about that though. But we talked about how it's going to be a much more ground level thing. We're going to be experiencing just as much Clark Kent reporter as we are going to be experiencing the Superman, which I'm super okay with. What I think of is kind of like a Spider-Man, a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1 or 2 type of vibe, you know, maybe 2, because we're already there with him being Spider-Man for a little while and all that type of thing, and that's kind of the vibes that I think are going to kind of match. The scoop that we had talked about it with this as well is that it's going to be based off of Up in the Sky, that the comic book run, and we may see Mr. Mxyzptlk being the main villain of this movie, but I don't know that for sure, but that's just kind of what we heard. And we also know that they're not going to come out with a huge crazy budget, so we're not going to get like a super crazy cosmic level Superman to start with. It's going to be much more ground level, but it's still going to be Superman, and of course he's going to be existing in a universe that already has superheroes that have come before him. So
Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan. And we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. In it, they discover a terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is...
All right, bro. So when it comes to this, man, like, I don't know if you guys know, but I am a very big fan of Green Lantern. I think this is going to be amazing. Hal Jordan, of course, is just different, and then we have Jon Stewart, who is also, of course, different. And I think that this is going to be awesome. I when I initially did my reaction to this, I was like, wait, why is Jon Stewart's part in yellow? Is it possible that we see him join the Sinestro Corps or something like that? You know what I mean? And then kind of change it up because we know they want to do something different. I'm super okay with this, just to be completely honest. I'm okay with anything that they do with this. We were supposed to get Green Lantern a long time ago, and I think that once we get the Green Lanterns in this, it will be beautiful and it will be incredible. And I think everybody is gonna appreciate it like a lot, like a lot.
A terrifying mystery that ties into our larger story of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary.
It's gonna rock.
A very different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called I think it's a very
I think this is gonna rock. I think this is gonna be incredible. If you could hear how he definitely sounds giddy about everything that's gonna be happening, but this he sounds increasingly giddy about, right? So we really know that the Authority is gonna be next level. What I think of the Authority is I think like Thunderbolts meet Suicide Squad in all intents purposes. You know what I mean? Like I think that's gonna be what we're looking at with this movie, and it's definitely gonna be probably rated R. And it's going to be more like how the Suicide Squad was, but less of that, hilarious, haha, jokey humor stuff. Once again, I have no idea about the Authority. I honestly don't know any of these off-brand things that he had talked about. I have not heard of any of them. When it comes to DC, I am not as well versed as I am when it comes to Marvel, but I am going to get there. So you guys I'm just gonna let you guys know I have already been doing an intense amount of research when it comes to DC stuff. I know way more than I've ever known about DC in my entire life at this point in time right now. I've basically gone through like almost all of the DC Rebirth comics. I've gone through a lot of I've just gone through a lot of DC stuff over these last like 2 to 3 weeks, just trying to fill my brain with all the DC knowledge that I could, and I am not done. I'm not done. I'm currently in a Green Lantern run. Just started the Sinestro Corps Wars. The Sinestro Wars, I believe is what it's called, which is awesome. So I'm going to get into the Authority and figure out what the hell is going on with them, but they definitely look like a balls to the wall incredible team. Like they look f***ing awesome. This looks really great.
Different look at superheroes. We're doing a television series called Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction...
Bro, do you know the level, do you know how dope this is going to be? What? Paradise Lost? A live action HBO Max DC show that is like Game of Thrones? Bro, it's going to be next level. It's going to be next level. It's going to be incredible. We are going to legitimately faint. We are going to faint when this show comes out. I think it's going to be hella dope. It's going to definitely expand on a lot of the mythos, if you will, when it comes to the Greek gods and just the gods of all, and no doubt giving us a way better look at Wonder Woman's entire lore, from A to Z, legitimately from A to Z. I am really excited about this.
Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island. The introduction of the DCU's Batman is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series.
Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. This is going to be... Okay. I don't know if y'all know this, but I loves me some Damian Wayne, okay, my guy? Damian Wayne is probably one of the best characters that we get introduced to, just period, right? I love basically every iteration of Damian Wayne, and he is a badass no matter where you look at him. And no matter what age you put him at, Damian Wayne is always awesome. I like the younger kid version of Damian when he's like just an obnoxious child that is also still an assassin, and I like more of the teenage Damian Wayne that's, he's still that same assassin, but not as much of the obnoxiousness. He's learned a little bit more, not only from Batman, but also from Nightwing and all of that type of stuff. This sounds like a grade A way to go with this. And also, just to put in there, I am really hyped to get the other sides of the Bat family. And this is almost like word for word what I said I wanted from Batman in the new DCU for any of you guys that have been here for a little while. So far, we are shaping up to exactly what I want from the DC universe. And we don't even have all of the projects that are from the chapter 1. This is just this is like half of the projects that we're actually going to get from this first chapter. And it's already going to be a banger.
Who Batman tries to get in line, and so DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future who uses future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series.
Yeah, Booster Gold is going to be awesome. Booster Gold is another one of those characters that I'm not too sure about all the way. You know what I mean? Like, she's just, I don't know a lot about Booster Gold, but I do know that in the stories that I have already, been coming up on, that he is, whenever he's in a story, he's always doing something. He's doing something pretty cool, or he's doing something that is pretty obnoxious. But either way, I am super here for this. This looks awesome. I don't know why, but bruh's giving me Homelander vibes. So if they can get that actor possibly to play him, I think that would actually go over. That might go over really well, or it might not go over well at all. But that's just the vibes that I'm getting just from looking at this.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl.
Tom King is who I was talking about. So Tom King's run of Up in the Sky is going to have a lot of inspiration for Superman Legacy.
Basically, the superhero series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Superman is a guy who was sent
another
to
thing
Earth
that we talked about,
just
saying.
For Supergirl in this story,
another scoop we came through with.
She is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about.
So I am super juiced for Supergirl. We've heard a lot about this and how she's going to be looking different. She's going for this type of look. So they're not going to be using the Sasha. So I can't think of what her name is, but they're not using Sasha. That's from the Flash movie that's playing Supergirl in there. She will not be reprising the role as Supergirl. They're going for a different vibe altogether, which I'm super okay with. And I can't wait to check what this is out. Check out what this is going to be. My guy said clearly, that she's going to be a little more. She's going to be a little different. She's seen some shit. She's been through some shit. She's not as happy-go-lucky as Superman will be. I love the fact that we're going to be getting introduced to Superman and then going into Supergirl. I think this all fits really well together, and I cannot wait to see where we go with it.
Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised on a chunk, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark horror story in the origins of the monster who is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
This is awesome, okay?
One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to
storytelling is always king.
Guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. Can just think about that for a second. James Gunn. Storytelling is always king. Fans. But where's Henry Cavill, though? Like, bro, come on. Come on. We need so much more than just Henry Cavill to save DC. And this seems to be like we are on the right road, okay? It seems like we're on the right road. It seems like we are going to stay on the correct path, and everywhere that we're going to go into the future is going to be truly incredible. I can't wait. I'm so excited for what we've heard from James Gunn so far. And just to kind of break down a couple of things that I heard that I don't think I've seen a lot of people even saying or even thinking about. But when you think about what he said, we're basically having three. Oh, no. So this is basic. So, okay, I'm just going to go through everything from the jump. Okay, so here we go. So basically, all of the events that we're going to have happen this year within the DC universe, okay? Everything that's going to be happening within 2023 when it comes to Shazam, all that stuff, that's all going to be basically DC Universe Chapter 0 Flashpoint Rebirth. That's the way that I'm looking at it, okay? That's the way that I'm looking at what's going on this year, is it's Chapter 0 Flashpoint Rebirth. Okay, and then we're also going to have the DC Universe, and this is going to go into DC Universe Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, which we just were going over right now. And then, of course, we're going to have Elseworlds out there on the side. Okay, so this is basically Chapter 0 Flashpoint Rebirth. That's what this is right now. That's where we're at currently. We're about to go into Shazam for Flashpoint Rebirth right now. And then after Flashpoint, like he said, it's going to go straight into... After Shazam, it's going to go straight into Flashpoint. And then with this movie, we get a basically entire reset into the DC universe. Okay? And then after this, we get Blue Beetle, which is a dope movie. And he definitely specified that it is going to be in the DC universe, not the DCEU, the DC universe. And I am super hyped about that. And then this goes into Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is going to then go into Chapter 1, which is going to come next, right? So I am super hyped about all of this, and this is kind of just half of the way of how I'm looking at things right now, okay? So we're going to get into the chat, and then we're going to come back, circle back to that, and go into it more, okay? Let's see. Yo, okay, no, I already said what's up to you. My guy said Warner Bros. Doesn't deserve DC anymore. I highly disagree with that, man. I mean, if we didn't get this right now, then yeah, I would agree with you. But now that we have this, nah, man, I think DC is cool and it's about to go crazy, yo. All right. Yes, I am right now. It's the calm before the storm, LOL. Yeah, I feel that, brother. I feel that. Good luck tonight. If I understood everything correctly, we won't be getting any DC movies in 2024. I think that we have Joker, right, in 2024, or am I tripping? Sounds like he was blowing off the old Snyderverse projects. It was an honorable mention until he got to the good stuff. I kind of understand what you're saying. But I think that, but like he said, you know, they got lucky with those movies kind of loosely being connected to anything that was going on with the DCU. And honestly, that's not even luck. That's just how those movies are. Like the DCEU movies were just kind of all out there and every which way to the point where anybody could kind of come in and just sow the seeds together as they see fit. And luckily for us, James Gunn is able to probably do that in a damn good way. Pretty sure that Nuclear Skeleton dude is a Batman Beyond villain. Oh, that's really cool. I was thinking that he might be bruh from the first Suicide Squad movie that had the fire powers. But I don't know. WB made a gross profit in 2022 and can barely afford making 2023 films. Yeah. But hopefully what's going to happen next is going to be do good for their sales, do good for the marketing, do good for all of that to where, that we can get a little bit better money going behind these things. Creature Commandos are from an old comic book series called Weird War Tales. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty interesting. Sounds just as wacky as I thought it would. I can't wait to check that out. That's probably going to be freaking amazing. Someone going to answer that phone? Because I called it. For real. It's about to get spicy. I got to get into Peacemaker. Oh, you haven't watched Peacemaker? It's hella good. Peacemaker is hella good. And it makes a lot of sense that Peacemaker is also going to connect to the Waller show. What James Gunn said is with everything that he's doing now, he hasn't had time to create like what's going on for season 2 of Peacemaker. So the Amanda Waller show is also going to kind of be a 1.5 in there until we actually are able to get that season 2. Which I'm all here for once again. I'm all for it. July 11th, someone pull up the Marvel calendar and see what it's up against. I see what you're saying. For real. Like they put that there for a reason, huh? Is this the Berlanti Lantern project? It might be. I don't know for sure. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure that the Berlanti Lantern project was supposed to focus on Jon Stewart, if I'm not mistaken, and it was supposed to be a show. So they might just be taking some scraps from that and making it something bigger and better. Because he definitely said that it's going to be like something huge, like right. He said it's going to be going into something larger. Yeah, a terrifying mystery that ties into the larger DC universe. Darkseid, perhaps? But I think if they go with like Parallax or something like that and actually go into some deeper stuff, like if you go into Parallax and the emotional spectrum and just start doing all of that stuff, you can actually get some that actually, can connect to some pretty dope shit that is possible to happen. And I just so happen to be in the Green Lantern section of my nerdism, of my of my nerd homework, I guess. And everything about the Green Lanterns is awesome. So I could see how that could definitely go into something larger for the entirety of the DC universe. Similarly to how when the Sinestro Corps is created and the rings are then just distributed throughout the entire DC universe, and then Sinestro literally goes from being the only Yellow Lantern, quote unquote, to having over 3,000, I think, like having over 3,000 members of the Sinestro Corps. So I could definitely see them utilizing it in that way and having like the Sinestro Corps start taking over or doing whatever the case may be, and that kind of go into a bigger picture. I just can't see them going straight into Darkseid right off the rip. I hope they don't do that. I would rather them do like a slow build to that. I don't know what that could be, but something. There's an untitled Marvel movie on July 25th, but that's all. Interesting. I wonder what that movie is. Shout out to the bro, Pina Colada. I don't know if they're going to go the Darkseid route again after Snyderverse's false start. Exactly. It just doesn't seem like the strat that they would want to go with. I think they would probably want to do something a little bit different. Maybe bring, that alien vibe, the cosmic vibe to Earth, and introduce us to something bigger because, I don't think anyone knows about aliens like that in the DC universe, do they? I know they know about Starro and stuff in the DC Extended Universe, I should say. There's not really aliens and shit like that, is there? Well, other than no Peacemaker introduced the aliens and shit like that. So, I don't know. I don't know what they could do. I don't know. And once again, I am not that diverse within it. Damian Wayne is a cool character. Yeah, Damian Wayne is solid, bruh. Solid as a rock. I can't wait to see how, who they have play him and what all that is going to look like. Daphne Keane would have been so perfect for Damian Wayne if she wasn't a girl. I hope they discover an equally amazing young male talent. Yeah, I agree. I think Daphne Keane would be a dope added into the DC universe rather than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, just because the type of character and the type of actor she is, I think she's for way more serious type of things and not really that lighthearted, happy-go-lucky type of vibe that Marvel kind of depends on. I could see her being a multitude of characters. I don't know if I could see her being Raven, but that would be pretty cool. Maybe, or something along the lines of that, some type of character like that. I don't know if maybe I don't know about Wonder Girl, but something along the lines of that. It would be pretty cool. Have a great day, evening, everyone. I am so excited for the DCU. I appreciate you, Andre the Explorer, for coming through and spending the time with us, my guy. I hope you have a great game of darts tonight. I hope you guys get it going. I hope y'all whoop some ass. Shout out to my guy. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by. And you already know we appreciate you. Shout out to Andre the Explorer. I guess Blue Beetle really is happening. Egg on my face. Hey. I guess Blue Beetle really is happening. Egg on my face. Yeah, you thought you kept saying Blue Beetle wasn't happening. You was like, I'll believe Blue Beetle is coming out when we see a trailer for it or when we see it in the theater. And now here we are, Marisu. I think Blue Beetle is gonna be awesome. It definitely depends on what type of route they go with it. I'm not sure where they're going to go. I'm not sure what they're going to try to do, but there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with Blue Beetle, I think. And Blue Beetle can actually go cosmic if you want to, right? Like you can even have this like Blue Beetle somehow connect to the shit that's going on with Green Lanterns, because the Blue Beetles are kind of like the Lanterns, right? Because there's like the red beetle, the green beetle, the yellow beetle, so if you could connect those somehow, that would be pretty dope, to be honest. I think that actually might be a cool way to do it. I don't know how cosmic they're gonna go with Blue Beetle in the DCU. They might just make him like a ground level Blue Beetle instead of like the cosmic level he is with Young Justice. I believe that's Young Justice that takes him to that full type of level. Like Young Justice, like is my extent of DC knowledge. No, I'm just like, I think he was watching the show because he said almost everything you said you wanted, and I'm here for it. Hey, legitimately, it's like my guy James Gunn. It was sitting here in Marvel Bros, listening to us talk about things and listening to the theories and stuff of what we were crafting, because this is legit perfect. Like, this is legit perfect. We could definitely see Titans come into the fray somehow, some way. They could definitely even spill over the Titans actors from the DC shows that they are, the DC show from the HBO Max show, and put it into this new DCU and use the same actors and use Nightwing as Nightwing. You feel me? Like, give hit, like I would love that. Like, I can already see him dealing with a young Damian Wayne and dealing with a Batman that he doesn't hate to the core of his being, I think all of that would be really, really awesome, bro. But what I will say is one of my favorite things about Titans, and one of the only reasons I watched it, was because in that trailer when he was like, Batman, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be awesome, sign me up. And then that's all I needed, and it was awesome. You can build a full cinematic universe out of just lanterns. 100% you can. Like, that is a really good point. You definitely can build an entire universe, like, to its fullest potential with that. Like, for real. That's a really good point, Marisu. And I think they should. I think they should use the show to make, like, a season, even if they use it as like a limited series type of thing, and they just make it one season to kind of introduce the whole thing and like let us know who Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are respectively, and then go into that more. Like, I think it would be awesome, I think that would be dope. Give us Hal Jordan going evil and murdering all the other Green Lanterns or whatever the case may be. Like, give us that, and give Hal, like, or something. I just want something nice and spicy. Give us John, what is that his name? God damn it, I forgot his name. But give us him being the bad guy, give us something different. There's like 4 or 5 now. There's like 7, I think, quote unquote human Green Lanterns, right? You have Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, um what's the other dude's name? The dude that wields the dude that becomes the first White Lantern. I can't think of his name. And then there's a girl, and then there's a dude, right? There's like 6 of them, right? Give us that. Let us see them become like their own team, like a Lantern team or something. And the show is called Lanterns, so it's not necessarily just about the Green Lantern. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my god! We could go to so many levels with that, you know? Introduce us to all the other Lantern Corps. Oh my goodness. The emotional spectrum in general could be an amazing way to take that. Like, oh yeah, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Yo, make sure y'all drop a like, because these are dubs right here. These are dubs. I'm pretty sure Lois Lane got her first Pulitzer breaking the news that Superman is an alien. Hey, for real. This is probably nothing, but my heart kind of sank when he said Green Lantern will be a terrestrial story. Like, I can already see them saving money by never having him in the suit. I don't think he said terrestrial story. I didn't hear terrestrial, at least, but my ears don't be working all the time. I thought he said extraterrestrial. Like, no lie, I thought my guy said extraterrestrial story, taught like, and with like a buddy cop vibe with him and Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Maybe I'm tripping. Hold on, I gotta see now.
Showing up on
Oh God.
the first page of Google might.
Wait, what? That's me. Here we go.
Hey, everybody.
Where is it at? Lanterns. Here we go.
It, and Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television series called Lanterns. This is a story of a couple of Green Lanterns, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other Lanterns peppered in there, but this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective, with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops watching over Precinct Earth.
Okay. I understand your frustration now, because that's definitely I don't know how you do that. Like, because everything about the Green Lanterns is exactly not Earth, unless they have like I don't know, man. I don't know. Unless the yellow ring, damn. I don't know. And they also said there's other Green Lanterns that might be in it. It's just called Lanterns as well, which is something to really pay attention to. Like, James Gunn's choice of wording was very specific with everything that's going on here. Everything he said in here, he said like, this was crafted perfectly for all of us nerds out here that look into deeper words and stuff, you know? I think damn, I don't know. I think it could be good, but now I'm nervous. Like you said, I can already see them saving money by never having him in the suit. Yeah. But if there's going to be more than one Lantern, though, then they can't do that. They got to have them in the suits. Like, that's the only way we can differentiate who they are. Not differentiate who they are, but know that they're Lanterns type of vibe. Unless it's like, oh no, the Lantern has went out, and now we cannot use our suits, and we have to use our regular human abilities to figure out the mystery. Like, I don't want that, but I also don't think that's going to be what it is. Just to be completely honest, I don't think it's going to be that. But I am intrigued, like you just said, yo. I am intrigued by the mystery part. That definitely adds some spice to it. Maybe they're trying to figure out where the yellow rings came from. Maybe they're trying to figure out why Lanterns are coming to Earth. Maybe I don't know. He made it sound foundational to the whole phase 1. Yes, it's like, I agree. It's like whatever is going on with the lanterns is going to end up being that big it's the Thanos type of vibe, you know? Like, I don't know, that's how I feel about that, you know? Like, lanterns is going to be the Thor of the very first phase of Marvel. Before we get into Avengers, right? We get Thor, and because Thor gives us Loki, right? And then we get into that, and then it's like, oh shit, Loki leads to Thanos. Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. I don't know if you guys feel what I'm saying, but that's the kind of vibe that this sounds like to me, right? Like, oh man, like we're gonna fight this dude, and then the dude that we fight in this shit, he ends up going into space for the next cosmic part of whatever may happen. Kind of like Loki. God damn it, Murray. So we be right there. We be right there. They gonna be in their clothes using the ring with no suit. Like they're powered down. Nah, fam, that's crazy. But I will say that this looks fire. The little picture that they used looks fire. And I really think it's intentional to have Jon Stewart in that yellow with that is the Sinestro Corps logo on my guy, Jon Stewart. Like, I don't know if y'all know that, but like the green, like each corps has their own logo for their rings, for their rings and suits. And this is definitely specifically yellow, and his ring is definitely specifically this one. Like, look at his ring. You can see oh, wait, it's tiny. Hold on. That's what she said. Bam. Look, you can see. Oh, I'm in the way. Bam. You can see this logo right here. Look. Circle. And then on his hand, look. You can see it. So I don't know if that's like deliberate and intentional. To be like, oh shit, what happens if Jon Stewart, who is, Hal Jordan is definitely top tier for the Green Lanterns. He's like at the top. He's number 1. And then, I think it's Jon Stewart, Guy Gardner, everybody else, as they go after that. But like, what do you do when one of the best Green Lanterns next to Hal Jordan goes evil? Just like when Hal Jordan went evil and became Parallax. Like, what do you do with that? You don't do anything, and that's why he murdered everybody, Like Green Lantern went through and murdered everyone. He went through and murdered all the other lanterns, bruh. So if we get something spicy like that, that's just why I kind of think it might be Parallax somehow, some way. Very similar to let's look at the first Green Lantern movie. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Let me stop. Because I have not seen that Green Lantern movie since I was a child, so I don't know. But, I want to write a story where Batman becomes a Yellow Lantern. I'd call it Nightmare. Ooh, that's lit. That's crazy that you said that, because that's literally what just happened in the run that I'm in. Batman, the yellow ring, the Yellow Lantern ring comes to him. And it's like, you have been chosen to be a Yellow Lantern. It's like the prelude to Sinestro War. And then he's like looking at the ring, and he has so much willpower that he basically like rejects the ring, and the ring just like leaves him. He's like, you know what? You're not a good host for me. Never mind. Just because Batman's willpower is so damn strong. You guys want to see a dope ass picture? When I saw this, when I saw this part in the comic, it was insane. Where's it at? Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Nah, this isn't the one either. Damn. But that also looks dope. Here it is. Open image. Blam. Okay, so we gonna let's look at this one first. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. And then bam. Oh. And then bam. Look at that. Ooh, shit. Yo, Batman as a Green Lantern is legitimately the dopest shit ever. Batman as a Yellow Lantern would be awesome, but Batman's willpower is definitely on a higher level than how much fear he actually tries to, live off of and sustain from. Like, I know, like, the whole being feared is Batman's entire shtick, but my G, this man's willpower, it far outweighs anything else about him. And this is awesome. This is awesome. I don't think we'll ever get something like that live action, but I just was thinking about that because of what you said, Marisu. Although I do agree that a Yellow Lantern Batman would be lit. But you know what was really lit? When Scarecrow got a Yellow Lantern ring. Now that was lit, because he's the guy that derives from fear. And then, just for you, Marisu, F11, that thing. There we go. Boom, look at that. Ooh, shit. Yo, son. This is one of the dopest things ever right here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is amazing. Man, let me tell you something. This is amazing. God damn, this is fire. I ain't gonna lie. Bam! Look at that, bro. Like, what? This is what happens in the comic right here. You have been chosen to represent Space Sector 2814. The what? Batman was like, what the hell are you talking about? Bruce Wayne, you will now be subjected to... And he's like, no! Because he's just crazy willpower. My guy says, the ring says, conflicting emotional resonance registered. Willpower overriding fear. The willpower is overriding fear, bro. Previous exposure to Green Lantern power ring detected. And he's like, get off! Target sentient rejected. Sector scan for replacement sentient initiated. My guy's like, what the hell was that? But look at how it made him look. Like, look, his entire suit changed when the ring went on him. Tell me that's not badass. That is badass. So does he get a Green Lantern mask over his bat mask? Nah, Marcy, you're wildin'. I'm surprised it called him Bruce. His name is Batman. Hey, I agree, though. I agree with that completely. I like that suit that it gave him, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, Batman with a Yellow Lantern ring is crazy. Okay. So let's get back to what I was saying initially or earlier. I didn't mean to flood your brains like that. So let's get back to it. All right. And that is this. So chapter 0 is Flashpoint Rebirth. Chapter 1 is Gods and Monsters. And then aside from those, we will have Elseworlds. Right? That's basically what he said. So having that, this is awesome. Like we already talked about it. The Flash basically does a entire reboot to everything that's going on within the DC universe. It's gonna basically change everything. From something that I read after later on, they didn't have to change too much of anything about the Flash in order to make it fit their new regime better. They're really happy with Ezra's performance as the Flash. They're really happy with the movie overall. They're really happy with all of those things. So I'm just hoping, I am very much hoping that, you know, the movie is as solid as they're saying it. We have legitimately not heard one thing bad about this Flash movie from day one. Like from day one, we were hearing that this movie was going to be incredible. 5 years ago when we first heard about it, 10 years ago, however long it's been, we were like, everybody was saying that this movie is going to be incredible, and I believe it. I believe him. I believe everybody that said that. Like, I believe every single person that has said it. This movie does look like it's going to be balls to the wall insane. There's supposed to be multiple Barry Allens, multiple Flashes. We're going to have Michael Keaton's Batman. We're going to have Batflick. We're going to have a little bit of everyone in this movie. We're going to have a little bit of everything in this movie, and I am super hyped and down and excited for all of the things that's going to come with the Flash. But something to note is that, you know, Aquaman is going to be set in this post-Flash universe, or this post-Flashpoint universe, right? So this isn't really Rebirth right here. The Rebirth is like after Aquaman when we go into Superman, okay? Blue Beetle is kind of just one of those projects that's there to be there, I guess you can say, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being amazing. Now, this is where the meat and the potatoes come into the fray, all right? Aquaman goes into Superman Legacy, but we're going to have Creature Commandos kind of be out there the same way that the other one was. So this is all dope, and this is all amazing, and this is basically what we can look at as the release order as well for things. We're going to have Creature Commandos coming out first, then Superman Legacy coming out, Waller Authority, Booster Gold, the Batman, the Brave and the Bold, Lantern, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, Paradise Lost, and Swamp Thing. So we're going to have a pretty jam-packed damn chapter 1, because this isn't even all of the slate for chapter 1, which is amazing, okay? Which is amazing. And then when it comes to the slate that we're looking at with Elseworlds, it's Joker and the Batman 2. That's what it is for Elseworlds, right? It's pretty self-explanatory with everything and how it's going to be. I'm super hyped for it. It seems like it's going to be freaking incredible. Like, this seems like it's going to be incredible. We also know that we may be getting other Elseworlds content in the form of the Zack Snyderverse going to Netflix, but none of that has been confirmed just yet, so we're just going to kind of wait on putting any of that other Elseworlds stuff on here until we hear something a little bit more valid and have a little bit more validity to it. So yeah, man, this is awesome. I'm super hyped and excited for every single one of these things and all the stuff that's happening and what's going to be going down. The DC universe is going to be freaking insane in the future. I think we have nothing but a bright future ahead of us, to be completely honest. And I am here for all of it. I'm here for every single aspect of it. And I think that, you know, having the chapter 0, having this time period of this year and all these movies and whatnot coming out, I think it gives DC more than enough time to figure out how this can fit into the universe that they're trying to create. And I am really, really excited about that. I'm starting to hear Ezra might have a home at DC even after this movie. Yeah, Ezra's been doing really good with their therapy. They've been doing really good with all the stuff that they need to do. When One thing I'll say is mental illness is just never anything to play with. And if people aren't taking care of themselves the way that they should, there will always be some type of repercussions for it. But it seems that Ezra has now been taking care of themselves and allowing other people to help them with taking care of themselves as well. Because, of course, it's not a one-person a battle. Not everybody can be a one-man army, for lack of better words. And in this case, we're seeing, we're seeing Ezra come through and not only kind of quote unquote repent for his sins, or for their sins, excuse me, but also let it all be known, put it all out on the table. And Ezra is a great, phenomenal actor, legit best part of the Fantastic Beasts trilogy that there is. Like Ezra is definitely the best part of that to me, and I am all for it. I really hope that they are able to continue at DC after after this movie, because I think them as the Flash is really good. And from all the test screenings and all the stuff that we've heard, the Flash is better. The Flash is damn near it sounds like the Flash is gonna be better than Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't think that's possible, but I think that's just how it's been sounding from everything we've heard. That's kind of what I'm thinking for that movie. But that's just me. So yeah, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. And that is amazing, yo. Let's see. Hold on. Where is it at? Here we go. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Bam. We got a couple articles here from Cinemark that we can just kind of go over that tell us a little bit about the movies and whatnot. First up, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. The first Shazam was a total delight, like the Tom Hanks comedy Big crossed with Superman. A teen is granted immense power and the ability to transform into a superhero when he shouts Shazam. Here, Shazam faces off against a family rooted in mythology, but he's backed up by his own family. And Gunn and Safran say this movie directly sets up the events of The Flash. Levi returns to star with Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, Adam Brody, Digimon, Hoonsu, and of course more. One thing I didn't know about Shazam is that it was supposed to be leading into the events of The Flash. That's wild. I actually haven't heard that be said not one time. Until right now at this very moment. So that's awesome. The Flash. Ezra Miller's speedy hero was first introduced in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and they became an instant favorite after joining the super team in Justice League. Based on the comic book story Flashpoint, but somehow with no Reverse Flash. Yo, that's something that I was talking about yesterday. How the hell are we going to get Flashpoint without Reverse Flash? In which the Scarlet Speedster gets a lot more than he bargained for after he tries to rewrite history by saving his mother's life. The Flash is directed by IT filmmaker Andy Muschietti. This movie will drive deep into DC's multiverse, with Michael Keaton returning to play his version of Batman. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle stars Zolo Mariduena, maybe, from Cobra Kai, under the direction of Angel Manuel Soto, who works from a script by who finds a set of alien armor and is empowered to become a superhero. Yes, sir. See, I think that Blue Beetle could do a lot to lead into Green Lantern. I'm just saying. Maybe they got to figure out how the hell he got that alien armor or something like that. Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom. Jason Momoa's brawny guardian of the sea will return for another solo outing from director James Wan. The sequel is said to explore some of the other locations in the Seven Kingdoms of Atlantis and features returning co-stars Patrick Wilson, and other people. Joker Folie à Deux. This will be the first official Elseworlds movie. Writer-director Todd Phillips and star Joaquin Phoenix reunite for a second Joker movie. Lady Gaga has signed on in an as yet undisclosed role that many suspect to be at least informed by Harley Quinn. Okay, I don't know why they're talking like this. The production will be a musical of some kind, which sounds wild at first, until you realize that it might be the perfect way to visualize the next stage of Arthur Fleck's life. Superman Legacy. The first new DC movie to come from the Gunn Safran regime is a new version of Superman. This new version, however, sounds like a very pure classic version of the character. Gunn is writing and may direct. No cast has been announced. It's not an origin story, Safran says. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. Superman represents truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks of kindness as old-fashioned. And this is beautiful. This statement right here is beautiful, and what Superman is all about, and one of the exact reasons, and one of the main reasons why I love Superman, and love that they're going to be creating a new Superman that they can build up, people can believe in, and actually get that sense of hope and justice from. The Batman, Part 2. Another Elseworlds movie. We're getting a follow-up to The Batman, while the core DC universe will also get its own new Batman. It's too early to have any details, but writer-director Matt Reeves, co-writer Mattson Tomlin, and star Robert Pattinson are all working together for The Batman Part 2. Since Barry Keoghan briefly appeared as the Joker in the first movie and had a longer scene that was released as deleted footage, we expect that he'll appear as well. Beyond that, we'll have to wait for more info. We don't even have a release date yet, but 2024 seems like the earliest year possible. The Authority. Ooh. James Gunn recently tweeted about DC's deep roster of characters, especially when taking into account imprints like Wildstorm. So it's not a total surprise to see The Authority, which became a DC team when the company bought the publishing imprint Wildstorm. In the new roster, The Authority is a very different kind of superhero team. They are basically good intentioned, but they think that the world is completely broken and that the only way to fix it is to take things into their own hands. Whether that means killing people, destroying heads of state, changing governments, basically whatever they want to do to make the world better. We'll see how that journey goes for them. Holy crap. Superman is going to beat the shit out of these guys. Like, that's going to be awesome to see. And they sound kind of like the Watchmen mixed with Thunderbolts and Suicide Squad. And the Illuminati. Actually, that's better. The Illuminati mixed with Suicide Squad. Yes, there we go. That's kind of what that sounds like to me, and I'm all the way there for that. The Brave and the Bold. This is the introduction of the DCU's Batman, Gunn explains. It is not Robert Pattinson. It is not Ben Affleck. This is the story of Damian Wayne, who is Batman's actual son that he didn't know existed for the first 8 to 10 years of his life. He was raised as a little murderer and assassin. He's my favorite Robin. It's based on the Grant Morrison comic run, Batman and Son, which is one of my favorite Batman runs. We're putting it all together right now. Hell yeah, son. That is an awesome Batman run, and I cannot wait for that. That's going to be lit. I think being able to see Damian Wayne as Robin is going to be a W, and I just hope that means we get to see Jason Todd as well as Dick Grayson in their own rights. And in the video, he also mentions the Bat family being introduced or being, in there some way, shape, or form. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Sometimes Supergirl is depicted as well, a lot like Superman. That won't be the case here. Gunn describes this as a big science fiction epic. It's based on the comic book series Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Bill Quisevely. King is one of the writers who has contributed to the overall structure of DC's new slate. Oh, shit, I had no idea. In our story, we have Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by incredibly loving parents. Kara was on Krypton. Kara was on Krypton. She was on a piece of Krypton that drifted away from the planet, and she lived there for the first 14 years of her life in a horrible situation where she watched everyone around her die. Oh my God. Jesus. So she's much more harsher and more up Supergirl than you've been used to this far. I actually like that a lot. That sounds awesome. This sounds like it's gonna be amazing. I like to see I would like to see a Supergirl that's more fucked up than not. It kind of gives me Homelander vibes for some reason, like Homelander but Supergirl, but mixed with a little bit more Superman. So it's not terribly evil, she's not just downright evil. She's just a little bit more misconstrued with the beliefs and the things that she does and knows and just things like that, and needs Superman to actually teach her what it means to have that truth, that justice, and be that spark of hope and life that the DC universe is definitely going to need. And then finally, Swamp Thing. One of the most exciting aspects of this new DC slate is Swamp Thing. Gunn calls this a very dark horror story, which will tell the origins of Swamp Thing, which hopefully means an adaptation of Alan Moore's celebrated storyline in the 1980s. Gunn has strong roots in horror, and at a small press presentation announcing this slate on January 30th, he said, "You need to tell stories that don't just pretend to be different genres, but actually are different genres." So when he promises a dark horror story, we believe that might actually be what we see. Hey, all I can say is my guy definitely was throwing some shots at Marvel left and right with what's going on, with what's going on here. One thing that Gunn did also come out and say is that that they're not Marvel. And the thing that makes them different from Marvel is the fact that they actually know what the direction is that they're going to be going from the jump, as to where Marvel did not know that. Marvel didn't know what they were going to be doing from day one, right? Like that, they didn't know. Like it had to grow to where it is now. Like Phase 4 is a lot more interconnected than any other phase has ever been, because Marvel knows that Kang is going to be the overarching villain for the entire thing. So they gave it to him. They gave him to us early from start, like at the very early stages of Phase 4, and now we're going to also see him throughout it and at the end of it, because they actually have a cohesive way that they're going. And now James Gunn, he has seen that. He's also been a part of all of that coming together. He's been a key cog, and he's been a key part of that, yo. Like, he is the reason. Like James Gunn had the Power Stone in his movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, nowhere is the severed head that Noel cut off. Like, James Gunn has had a lot of the dopest stuff that we have seen introduced into the MCU has real life been from him. Like, it's been from him. It's been from him. And that is the same thing that goes with this. I mean, we're about to get Adam Warlock. We're about to get a whole bunch of other wild shit. Look at how important Gamora was. Look at how important all these characters ended up being in Endgame, Infinity War as well. These characters, they mattered, right? They mattered a lot. So we're going to kind of see him being able to take that type of care and love that he did for his own projects and inject that into life for the entire DC universe. And I think he's great for the job. I think it's going to be amazing. And I am super duper here for it. Like, I cannot wait to see. I'm not going to lie, yo. This has me even more hyped about the movies that are coming out this year. I had no idea Shazam was connected that much to the Flash. I had no idea that Aquaman was also going to be connected to the Flash. And then the fact that Aquaman is going to lead into the Superman movie. These are all W things. All of them are W's. Every single one of them. So hyped, you guys. I'm so hyped. And I hope you guys are too, because it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. I know we're going to have to get through some tough times, but we got movies this year. We're going to have no movies really next year other than, I think, Joker. And then in 2025, we're getting introduced to Superman again. And I think that's going to be amazing. Amazing. Everything before Superman is prelude, baby. Every single thing. Everything before Superman is the introduction into what we're about to be getting into. And I hope y'all are ready. Okay? All right. Let's jump into the chat. Possible hot take. I didn't care for Shazam. I thought the acting for young Billy and adult Billy were totally out of sync. I think I understand what you're saying, but I'm not entirely sure because, in my opinion, that was the point. Because young Billy had to deal with all the stuff that sucked in life being young Billy, and adult Billy didn't have to do that. Or are you talking about the actor for young Billy was trash and the actor for adult Billy is not trash? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm gonna hold on to my opinion until I kind of understand what you're saying. My guy Luis, what up with it? Luis, I hope you're having a good day today. I hope to get Patrick Stewart as Mr. Freeze, bro. What? What? I don't even know where that came from. He's a little old for the part. He's a little old for the part now, but I'll take it. You just want freaking Batman beating the shit out of an 80-year-old Patrick Stewart? Hell no. So will we at least get an actual Robin this time and not pre-kill him off? Yeah, we're gonna have Damian Wayne is going to be Robin in the Batman movie that we're gonna get from the DC universe, not the Elseworlds, but from the DC universe. Yeah, we're gonna get Batman and we're gonna get Batman and Robin, but in the form of his son Damian Wayne. And I hope that we get like three or four. I hope we get multiple iterations of the Robins, right? I hope we get the multiple iterations of the Robins, and I hope we get some of the other Bat family already existing as well. I'm just here for it all the way. I like that they are taking this road with her. So a very not trusting Supergirl in the beginning, anti-hero to hero will be her arc. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Is they're gonna give her much more anti-hero, a much more cynical type of vibe, because she's just looking at the world completely different. She's stranded on basically She is stranded on a destroyed portion of Krypton where she has been surviving for the last 14 years, probably off of sheer anger and willpower alone. So once, however that comes into the fray, what's going on into the DC universe, it's going to be awesome. I think there is something very similar that happened in the one where she becomes where Darkseid takes over Supergirl and makes her evil. There is something very similar to that happens. That was real shade at Doctor Strange. Yo, it was shade at everything, bro. Marvel shade, the Marvel shade was real. That man said Marvelous at least 7 times in the video, talking about different teams, especially the Authority, which is basically the Illuminati, but mixed with Thunderbolts and Suicide Squad. So I'm super hyped. Yeah, everything was a question mark because what Marvel was doing had never been done before. Exactly, yo. That is exactly the point, for sure. How you doing, by the way, Nonfiction? I hope you're having a good one today, my brother.
Hello there.
Gunn throwing shade, kind of not cool, knowing that Marvel had to break down some doors for comic worlds to even be created. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but what I mean? Like, yeah, that's true, but no one really ever really cares about that stuff. And now Marvel has done so good and exceeded their like expectations so much that now people doubt the people that made the formula. Like, bruh, it's wild. People are insane. Like, the world today is just wild. But I think that James Gunn benefiting from the Marvel formula is going to allow other studios to actually be able to do it, because everyone was just kind of taking what Marvel was doing and doing it in a stupid way. Like, they were doing it in their own fucking stupid way, and I don't understand why. Yeah, it was really weird. Like, people were literally, they would take the blueprint and then they would change it. Like, why are you changing the blueprint? Utilize the blueprint to your stuff. You just put your stuff in the blueprint instead of what's on the blueprint. Like, you use that shit as a template. But people weren't using it as a template. They were like rewriting the blueprint and trying to do something different. And here it seems like James Gunn is going to just be utilizing that template that's already made there and crossing characters over. And I think it's going to no doubt be amazing. And hopefully the fact that they're starting out this way, the fact that they know what's going on, they're going to be able to have their actors actually cross over and pay them and not have to worry about paying one person $7 billion to be in a movie or anything like that. Like I'm hoping that stuff doesn't come into too big problems. And that's one of the things that I was saying about, why it's good to have James Gunn pulling in a lot of basically his friends to do different stuff. He's friends with Chris Pratt and all those guys as well. So bring them over to DC, have them be heroes, make Chris Pratt Green Arrow. You don't need Green Arrow to be a super big piece or cog in the wheel of Justice League or anything like that. But have him be Green Arrow, and then just have him popping up in hella different shows and movies all the time. And we just see Green Arrow everywhere for no reason. Like, just no reason other than because he's a damn hero in the universe. So he just be doing shit. Like, that's how the DC universe should be. I think the DC universe is a lot more like that than Marvel is. Like, you just be doing some shit, chilling with Batman, and the next thing you know, you got a whole different hero here. And you're like, what the hell? Where the hell did Green Lantern come from? Or, you're just chilling with Superman, and the next thing you know, Aquaman is there. Or whatever the case may be. And I think that all would be super lit and super dope, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait, bro. I know Damian will be in there, but will Dick Grayson and Jason Todd as well? Well, they already existed, basically. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that Nightwing is existing already, and he's doing his own thing. I'm really hoping that we get to see the Jason Todd Red Hood story play out. Actually, I think that would be really cool, is if The Brave and the Bold is about Batman getting his son after losing Jason Todd, and then we kind of see the Brave and the Bold kind of deal with that a little bit or something. I don't know. I just don't want to miss out on that story. That one story is the one that I want really bad. I want the Red Hood story done live action really good. Titans did a cool job, but Batman was, Batman wasn't even in it like that, so it didn't really matter. So I need that. I'm doing good. How you doing? I'm good, man. I'm doing good. Been having an awesome day so far. Great episode of Marvel Bros. Great video earlier. My son has his first basketball game later on tonight, so we're going to be going and watching that. And then, of course, if you guys don't know, we will be doing our Bad Batch watch party tonight as well. So make sure you guys tune in at 11:30 where we're going to check that out, nerd out. And then I'm actually going to finally be able to talk about the wild ass episode that was episode 3, because that shit blew my brain hole. All right. That shit blew my brain hole. Hope to see you guys there. I just think that, damn, if Iron Man failed, Marvel would have been bankrupt and no longer here. 100% true. Every time they changed Hulk's story or persona was wild. part of that too is the Screen Actors Guild and how that union functions and with contracts with and money's owed to actors over time in multiple contracts. Yeah, I understand that, but that's kind of what I'm saying, not have to have multiple contracts just from the jump, getting it out of the way, out of like from the jump, like, all right, bro, we need you in 15 different projects. We have no idea what they are, but we need you in 15 different projects. But that does not also, you know what I mean? Like now, like I think that's another big reason though, is that Marvel was creating the new way. So this should have never been done before. So now I think people can be like, hey, I want you for, 10 movies, 7 shows, 3 post-credit scenes, and 5 cameos. You know what I'm saying? So just putting someone in the end of a show for a cameo doesn't count as one of their appearances in their contract. I don't know if that makes sense, what I just said, but in my head it does. For Gunn to forget that he would definitely have to bring in many new fresh faces. They can set the early market price for those actors. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree. Having young, fresh actors, young, fresh talent, it means that you can pay them little money. You can pay them little monies and then slowly build the money that you pay them over time. Which, to be honest, is basically what also happened with Iron Man, right? I mean, my guy he wasn't making crazy amounts of money for the first Iron Man movie. He was making pennies on the dollar because he was a dried out washcloth. Because he had tarnished his name to the depth of no return, and Marvel brought him out of it, and my guy became legit Iron Man in real life. Honestly, Damian Wayne is the only Robin story that makes sense. The way he introduces the other Robins to crime fighting is so problematic from a child abuse perspective. I did not even think about that, because I will say the woke brigades would not be fans of that. I will say that. But I don't think the woke brigade touches Snyder stuff too much. The cultists, the cultists touch the Snyder. I mean DC stuff. The cultists touch the Snyder stuff. Or should I say the intelligentsia? There we go. The intelligentsia are the ones that touch that, and then we got to come up with the name for because there is a woke militia out there for sure. It don't be to the extent that the intelligentsia be talking about, but there's definitely a woke militia out there, and we got to figure out what we're gonna call them. Because I like the intelligentsia. Intelligentsia works really good for all of the assholes and the jerks and the wild people out there. It just really works. Intelligentsia actually works a lot better. But we're gonna have to figure out something for the woke side of things. Because they be wildin', you know what I mean? They be wildin'. But that's a really good point. Because my guy Batman definitely was wildin' with everybody else. Except for like Tim Drake, I think. Tim Drake and Damian Wayne, and then the females. Like all of those are fine, but Dick Grayson might be a little different. And you could give a lot of young Dick Grayson stuff to Damian Wayne. Not in the same, I don't mean like his stories or anything, but I mean you can deal with that a lot of ways. You can zhuzh it up. I truly do hope that we do get Nightwing to still be in there, though, because of that. Like, that exact child abuse and stuff like that is what makes Nightwing such a great character. So we got to hope that, you know what I mean? So we kind of got to still have that in there somewhere, because that's going to possibly be one of the reasons why he deals with Damian, the reason he will deal with Damian. I think that's one thing that Titans did a really, really good job of capitalizing on with Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, is how different yet similar their lives were, and how differently Batman was trying to be with Jason Todd versus how he was with Dick Grayson. And I just really appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. Hope DC has the leeway from WB Discovery to write multi-appearance contracts. Yeah, I think they should. I don't see why not. That seems like the thing that David Zaslav would be like, pushing, you know? That seems like something that he would be talking about. Like, hey, let's get these multi-appearance contracts out the way so we can save some money. I'm also excited because Damian means Ra's al Ghul, maybe my favorite Batman villain. Oh yeah, Ra's al Ghul is a guy for the history books. He just goes crazy. He's the man. He is the guy. Ra's al Ghul is the guy. Like, what Joker is with his insanity and all of all of that is the same thing that Ra's al Ghul is. It's just methodical and a lot more calm. Like, a calm crazy is a lot more. Calm crazy is scarier than crazy because you don't know what the hell is going to happen next. Like, Ra's al Ghul smiles in your face, make a deal with you, and then next thing you know, you wake up in the Lazarus pit. Like, what the hell happened? Like, you don't know. No one knows. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Ra's al Ghul is. Joker is just freaking crazy. Like, you know that Joker is going to stab you in your face or try to bite your ear off and feed it to you or some shit like that. You know that with the Joker. But with Ra's al Ghul, you don't know what the hell to expect other than to expect the unexpected, my guy. You feel me? Yo, guys, we almost have 10 likes on the stream, so if you haven't dropped a like on the stream yet, please do so, because it helps out with everything that we do around these parts. Oh my god. Oops, my god. I pressed the wrong button. That's my bad. Jesus Christ, I pressed a lot of stuff just now. I'm so sorry. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with me today, because it's definitely been a complete vibe. We've been talking about all this amazing stuff. DC's new slate revealed, the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters, new Batman, new Superman, everything. And we even got a little bit of some other characters, lanterns. So we're going to have Green Lanterns. We're going to have all that good stuff going on. It's all going to be amazing. It's going to be vibey. And I legit cannot wait for the future of the DC universe. So happy we got these amazing announcements today. Honestly, I think the only thing that could have been doper is if we had like an actual little event or something. So I'm just super here for it, yo. I just had an epiphany. The big bad is Vandal Savage. That's the Green Lantern mystery. That's how you connect the Wonder Woman prequel. Ooh. No, I like that a lot. I like that a lot, to be completely honest. Yeah. No, that's it. That's it, Murray Sue. That's it. I think that'll be the best way to do it, to be honest. And you can tie that into everything. Yeah, you can tie Vandal Savage into everything because he's been alive so long. So he could literally be tied into everything possible. And I'm not gonna lie, I think Vandal Savage could even connect to Blue Beetle if they wanted it to. Damn, no, that's like a perfect one. Good job, Marisu. That's like perfect. That's part of the reason I think it's important still to have at least Dick Grayson in the story. It can show the difference in Batman from his early time to his later days with Damian. I definitely heavily agree with that. Damian's dynamic with Dick Grayson is one of the best parts of Damian. Like, that's legit one of the best parts of him as well. Like, everything about Damian is awesome. The way he deals with other people, the way he deals with Nighthawk, the way he deals with the other members of the Bat family, how much he deals with Batman, Alfred, all of it all matters, and it's all awesome. 12 likes now, sir. I see 11 on my side, but I appreciate y'all. For real. Y'all all are goated. It's also Earth-based, so they don't have to worry about going to Cosmic in Phase 1, but they can still go big or go home. Ooh. I like it. I like it. And they don't have to go cosmic. They could go multiverse with it. Because, you know, the villain that we're supposed to be seeing is Mr. Mxyzptlk. And Mr. Mxyzptlk is a reality warping type of person. Ooh, Marisu. I like it. I like it, Marisu. No cap. That's awesome. You definitely rock for that one. That was good. I like that. And we need Vandal Savage as well. The only way I can see that not happening is if they do the Snyderverse Elseworlds. Because if they do Snyderverse Elseworlds, they're going to want Vandal Savage to be the villain for that, because you have JSA, you got Black Adam, you got all that stuff over there. And I think that Vandal Savage might play out a little bit better on that side rather than on this side. But I'm here for him no matter where he appears. Like, for real, for real. You got me all hype. I'm about to go do some more research. I'm about to go read some stuff. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Shout out to Marisuyo, the GOAT. And we really need Dick Grayson, Nightwing, ASAP. Yeah, for real, for real. I agree completely. We do. Like, we do. It needs to happen. It's a travesty that it hasn't happened yet. Legit a travesty. All right. With all that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for tuning in with me on today's episode of Marvel Bros. We have talked about a jam-packed, loaded things. If you guys haven't already, make sure you follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and content that we post every day. Also, follow me on all of my social media stuff: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, all of the things at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all of my hot takes and my thoughts on things and just different shit like that. Keep up with your boy there. As I have already said, and as I'll say it again, we are going to be doing our watch party later on today for Bad Batch. The last episode was insane, so I can't wait to check out this new episode. We may do a watch party for Velma this week, but I'm not 100% sure on that, you guys, so don't quote me. But it's been a definite vibe. We watched The Last of Us last night, and it was incredible. I mean, on Sunday, it was incredible. It was beautiful. I nearly cried. Tears were almost shed. The eyes were filled with tears, but I did not let tears stream. You feel me? You gotta like stop them. You can't let the tears stream, because once the tears like start streaming, it's over. You feel me? So I think the one came down and hung on the, and disappeared into the chin hair, and then I wiped them away and I was fine after that. And we don't have to talk about that any further. You know what I mean? Like that. That's just for the birds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not important, nothing like that. But that's what happened. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. You guys definitely rock socks. I'll talk to you guys later. It's been an amazing discussion today. Hope to have some more amazing discussions for the rest of the week, because you already know everybody's going to be trickling in for the rest of the week, asking all the questions and talking about all the stuff that we've talked here. And that's why it's awesome for us to kind of get all the thoughts and stuff out the way first and out the way firsthand, so we can get it in secondhand. Hey, yo. I did not mean to get spicy like that at the end. I promise. That was an accident. But I appreciate each one of you guys. Have a dope rest of your day, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Marvel Bros. And as I say all the time, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and stay marvelous. Excelsior.
You guys would like to support Marvels? Visit our website at www.marvels.com. Represent Superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only streams, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture music,